Night shifts change you in ways you don't understand at first. The silence feels harmless until it slowly starts feeling personal. I've worked security in this building for 6 years now. It has 12 floors and absolutely no 13th floor. That detail used to mean nothing to me back then, until the night I suddenly saw the number 13 appear. It was exactly 3:13 in the morning during my shift. The elevator camera suddenly activated on its own. No one had entered the building at that time. No elevator call button had been pressed anywhere. Yet the elevator began rising slowly on its own. It passed floor 10 and then 11 quietly. It stopped at 12, like it always normally does. The display above the door flickered once, and for a brief second, it showed the number 13. Then it switched back to 12, as if nothing happened. I leaned closer to the monitor, replaying it in my mind. I told myself I was probably just exhausted. Lack of sleep can sometimes make the brain misfire, so I carefully rewound the security footage again. The recording showed no 13th floor at all. It stopped at 12, completely normal on the footage. That's when something inside me quietly shifted. Not fear of the building itself. Fear that I couldn't trust my own memory anymore. The next night, I watched the clock obsessively. 3:11 somehow felt heavier than usual. 3:12 made my chest tighten slightly. At exactly 3:13, the elevator moved again. No one had called the elevator this time either. It rose quietly through the empty floors. Once again, it stopped at 12. And once more, I saw 13 flicker briefly. This time, I kept my eyes open and didn't blink. The following night, I stepped inside the elevator myself. I didn't press a single button on the panel. The doors closed gently on their own. The elevator began to rise without making a sound. It stopped again at 12 like always. The doors opened slowly to an empty hallway, but the number above the door suddenly glitched. For a moment, it clearly read 13. When the door shut again, I faced the mirror inside. My reflection felt slightly delayed somehow. I raised my hand quickly to test the mirror. The reflection followed half a second later. The delay was small, but impossible to ignore. I stepped back, slowly, trying to breathe normally. After that night, sleep stopped feeling natural. I began noticing the number 13 everywhere. On receipts I'd already folded into my wallet, on random license plates in the parking lot outside, in timestamps on old emails I never questioned before. Even my employee ID suddenly ended with 13. I swear it never ended like that before. I searched the building's original blueprints in storage. They were faded and water damaged with age. But I saw something disturbing drawn in pencil. A floor labeled 13 had been scratched out violently. The marks looked desperate and almost frantic. I asked an elderly tenant about the building's history. She hesitated longer than she should have. Then she quietly said she avoids the elevator entirely. I asked her why in a calm voice. She stared at me strangely and asked when I moved out. My stomach dropped as if the elevator cable snapped. I checked my locker in the security office. It was completely empty, like it had been cleared. My supervisor insisted I hadn't worked there in months. The work schedule didn't show my name anywhere. My bank account showed no recent payroll deposits, but I've been here every night, haven't I? Watching the monitors and waiting for 3:13. Tonight, I'm standing inside the elevator again. The doors are closing slowly, without my touch. The car is rising higher than 12 now. My ears are popping from the pressure change. The display hasn't shifted yet, but it will. When the doors open, only one version of me will step out. And tomorrow, no one will remember there was ever a floor. 13.